On the show today, we're going to meet another candidate running for council. She might be loco, but she's going to have a bit of fun and tell us why she's running for council. So stay tuned after the promo. Coming up on the show today, I'm going to talk to Kirsten Smolenski. Kirsty. Welcome back to the show, Kirsten Smolenski. How are you today?
I'm well, thank you very much, Daryl.
There you go. Look, we're here to have a bit of fun and find out who you are. And 2020 council elections, it's all official now. So the ballot open on the 22nd. You've got to go. Yep, you've got to register. They've called the election. The writ's been issued, and you've got to go and lodge $250.
Yes, which I haven't actually done yet.
Yeah, good.
But I'm halfway through the paperwork,
Yep.
so there's about 8 pages to be filled out. It's not really complicated.
Yep.
But yeah, I need to lodge that in the next few days.
And there's a lot of people may not know this, but there's $250 and plus 6 people who live in the area. I've got to say you're of good character.
Yes. So I have my husband already.
Yep.
I have my mother,
Yep.
and I do need to go and find 4 more. So
Okay.
I do have 4 friends who would vouch for that.
Yep.
And you are encouraged to get more than that, just in case there's an issue with their, polling, their details, etc.
Okay, we were just talking off camera before, so why are you running for council?
Oh,
it's a very good question. I know everyone says
it is a very
question.
good question, and I probably have a very long answer. And I did say to Daryl that there were lots of reasons. However, I feel that I would be really suitable because I have the experience. I think I do have a lot of knowledge about the region, and I have the want to get in and do the work that I'm imagining is required. I love learning about new things. I love research. I like to study. I'm also studying at the moment. I like to be involved. So I think it would be perfect for me.
Okay, great. And we talked off camera before about water, and I did pose a question. It's been 16 years, I think, since the last election. When we went to the referendum, it's 16 years.
06, I think.
2006. And I posed a question: where do you think we would be if we were recycling water? And I'll tell you what, I'm sure we wouldn't be in the mess we're in now. I mean, I know it rained in 2011 and all the dams filled up, but damn it, we're back into that same situation, 30%.
That's quite right.
Yeah.
And what we are now doing is we're still paying the water rates that are the pipeline from Wivenhoe, and it was around the $200 million that we spent as ratepayers. We are still paying for that, and now we're actually drinking Brisbane's recycled water instead, which I'm not sure a lot of people actually know that.
Well, there's a lady that I work with at the sports club. She said, I will leave Toowoomba if we are drinking recycled water. And I'm like, I think you're fine, we already are. And we have,
yes.
Yeah, so
and now that they've turned that pipeline on, they've turned the pump on for the first time not so long ago. So it was a white elephant, but it is not now. No, we need it because the levels are low, but that's what we're drinking.
Yeah, there you go. So I think that debate will come back on the table. Do you think Paul Antonius sort of hinted it might come up again?
I've been asked this question a lot since I've indicated my intention to nominate. And the truth is, at the current time, is that it's not on the agenda because we do have the pipeline and we are pumping from Wivenhoe. However, if it did come back on the agenda, if we were advised that, look, we're spending all this money, so it's all money and energy to pump that water uphill, if it would be better for us now to have a recycled water plant, I would definitely look very carefully at that, and I would definitely approve it if it was a viable option.
Cool, good.
I'm a supporter of recycled water.
So mum of 5, how many kids are still at home?
2.
2? Okay.
2. So my 3 girls, 2 boys.
Yep.
My 3 daughters have now left home. My 3rd daughter has just left, put her into college to O Week last week.
Yep.
And now I have the 2 boys at home. So grade 10, grade 8.
Okay.
Fairly self-sufficient. Yeah, so that's why I feel that now is my time. It has not been my time to run previous to this. I've taken my role as mother of 5 very seriously, been very involved with them, and now I'm feeling a little bit lonely at home. Yeah.
Empty nest syndrome, is it?
Oh, well, nearly. I mean,
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
still got two,
Yep.
but very different dynamic.
Yep. Okay, cool.
Very different.
And you were saying off camera you've been self-employed, working
Yep.
on your husband's projects. Yeah.
Yep. So I've been self-employed for a long time. So my husband runs his own small residential development company, and he has been the builder. I have been the manager. And on top of that, then I've taken on selling his projects. So I've also been selling real estate.
Okay, great.
So not only Paul's stuff, but then also, friends, family, whoever's referred to me. I generally work from referral. I don't go out and advertise, look for more work. What I do is enough.
Okay, good. I've been talking to some people downtown. They've actually confirmed the 1 hour parking has worked. They're seeing a lot more cars spinning around and new customers. But what do you think is another solution for car parking, do you think, in the CBD?
Gosh, well, I think the obvious answer is more car parks. Where they come from, that's the $1 million question. My thought would obviously be around a multi-storey car park. I imagine that's been looked at before. I don't know, and obviously I don't know these things until I would get into council and be able to research what's gone before. I think that's definitely a solution. It seems a little bit ludicrous to me that we have all these car parking spaces that are single level. You just drive in and that's it. And I think that there are spaces there, and I think that would be beneficial.
Okay.
Where that comes from, I don't know. And they're the sort of studies that we'd need to look at, whether that be, like you said, council or private enterprise. I know we've got the car park at Neil Street Exchange. It is quite small. It's a little bit tricky to as a a user and a parent, I suppose, trying to drive around finding parks. It is tricky. It's not that easy, just with the entrance, etc. So for me at the moment, it's just easier to go and park at Grand Central.
And look, Grand Central has been a godsend. I'm quite surprised it's still 3 hours and then you pay. I thought after their first year or so, they might have reduced it to 2 hours.
I agree, and I look for it every time I go in there. But no, it's still great.
And I did use the facility. I did do some shopping there, but I did whip uptown for an hour and then come back.
But see, from a shopper's point of view, 3 hours, that's sort of what you need.
Definitely.
And so that's where I think it's wonderful that it has worked in a sense, the 1 hour in the city. But if you want to go and get your hair cut, and again, I'm talking on my personal experience,
2 hours.
you can't unless you want to run out in the street with your, your
that.
curlers in.
I've seen them do
I bet you have. I bet you have.
Street,
because you can't get your hair cut in an hour. There's a lot of appointments that you can't have in an hour.
You cannot get lunch at Fitzy's in 1 hour.
Right. I don't know that.
And I've talked to Brad about it because you need an hour and a half, really.
Well, and you don't want to be looking at your clock all the time. So that's why I agree that, or accept that has worked to a certain extent. But there's a lot of times that won't work. And it still means that people with those longer jobs, they're going to go and park at Grand Central, which love Grand Central. Don't get me wrong. I think that's been amazing, bringing all those people into town. But the city centre does my head in every time I drive down there. Ruthven Street, Margaret Street, Russell Street, it does my head in.
Well, on a Friday from Russell Street through to Harry Street on Ruthven Street, it will take a good half hour to go from Russell Street to Harry Street.
Yes.
And I've tried it,
And yet then there's all the empty shops along the way.
I think it's about 38% vacancy rate. Could be even higher now. So
that's ridiculous.
But,
it's ridiculous for a city like Toowoomba, a region like us. It should be vibrant.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the CBD is what Toowoomba is all about, and
I agree. Any city.
Yeah, any city. What's the general thing you're hearing from the ratepayers when you're meeting and talking with them?
Oh, number one would be that they really want someone, or councillors in council, who are willing to work hard. Obviously everyone wants their pound of flesh, but that's the number one, that they need to be working hard, engaging with the community. I've also had a lot of comments and people have connected, through social media, etc., to me from the outer regions saying, what about us? What are you going to do for us? So I've had a lot of those comments. So that's been really
The outer regions,
interesting.
yep.
Yep, from all over the place. So that's, yeah.
Okay.
So what are you going to do for us in our regions? And I really understand that. Like I said, coming from a small country town myself, I completely get that. And then that we want people who are working hard. What's your track record? Are you a hard worker? Are you able to get out there and work with people?
Okay, great, excellent. Okay, 60-second wrap up. I'm going to let you talk and look into the camera and tell people why they should vote one.
Oh, vote one.
And it's her full name. She can tell you your full name because.
Kirsten Smolenski. It is a mouthful,
Yep.
but if you're ticking a box, well, that doesn't matter. It's just a recognition. I don't care where you vote for me. You can vote 10. I don't really mind. 1 to 10, that's fine. I believe I do have the knowledge. I have the track record of working hard in the community. I have been incredibly involved with my kids, with my family, in this community for the last 30 years. And I have the love of learning, and I have the want. I have the want to make our region proud.
There you go. Well, there's a bit of a wrap up there. So keep an eye out the next couple of weeks. So the election's on the 28th of March. And look, I haven't officially heard whether it's postal or polling booths. I know Southern Downs Regional Council is definitely polling booths, but there was a bit of talk about postal, so we'll confirm that. But the 28th of March is the election. If it is postal, there probably won't be any sort of result for a couple of weeks because all the votes will have to be counted when they come back in via a postal. But if it is polling booths, we'll definitely sort of have an indication. I guess they'll do some counting and you'll be scrutineering and that sort of thing and see what goes on there. So 28th of March, just make sure you're enrolled.
Yes, and that's what I've been putting on my social media feeds. Get out there, especially to the young voters. I think their voice counts, and I want it to count. They need to go and do their research, get their enrolment sorted, and
have your say.
Make your vote count.
Well, thanks for coming in today, and
thanks for having me.
Little media interview, and
that's great.
Watch this space. You might see a bit more of Kirsten over the next couple of weeks. So, but look, Toowoomba 4358 TV. It's more than just a postcode. Did you know that? It's all about community. So,
absolutely.
Okay, we'll do that again. I'll say it's more than just a postcode.
What do I say?
I say it's all about community. Okay.
All right. Okay.
Right. So here we go. Cut. Thanks for watching the show. Toowoomba 4358 TV, more than just a postcode.
No, it's all about the community.
That's right. Thank you. Take care, Toowoomba. See ya.